Let's check on the left. Part 4.
If you're using undocumented people's tax records to find them and kidnap them, then it was never about them not paying taxes.
Apprehending somebody for committing a crime is not kidnapping them.
And if you're showing up at their place of employment, then it was never about them not working.
Just because they're employed doesn't mean they're employed legally.
If you're showing up at courthouses, it was never about getting them to do it the right way.
Apprehending a person who is avoiding deportation at a courthouse is just a place that you know that they will likely be on a specific date and time.
If you're kidnapping women and children, it was never about criminals.
Women can be criminals as well, and they have already broken the law, so they are by definition a criminal if they have entered the country illegally. A child which is under the guardianship of an adult needs to be apprehended and taken care of as well. You don't just arrest the person that committed the crime and let the kid walk around.
If you're not giving them due process, it was never about the Constitution.
Illegal immigrants already have due process rights. However, these rights can be limited specifically in civil immigration proceedings. Congress has the authority to set the parameters of how due process is applied in immigration cases, especially in cases of expedited removal where you can deport an immigrant without a formal hearing.
And if you're spending billions of dollars to do it, it was never about the economy.
Spending billions of dollars to save tens or hundreds of billions of dollars is a wise investment. There are numerous other cost burdens and liabilities that illegal immigrants place on the U.S. economy that total far more than it costs to remove them.
And if you're doing all of this in the name of a 34-time convicted felon,
a 34-time convicted felon that faced no penalties, no jail time, and no fines, because the 34 supposed felony counts came from falsifying business records. There was only 34 counts because that's how many entries there were on the balance sheet, which were elevated to felony status and convicted in a kangaroo court of people who just didn't like him. It was 34 counts, but it was all related to a single incident, which was well outside the statute of limitations, but they couldn't have actually brought this charge, which would have normally been a misdemeanor, unless they upgraded it to a felony, which they did specifically for the headline, and so people like this guy could say that he's a convicted felon, as there were no fines, no jail time, and no punishment whatsoever.
then it was never about following the law.
That's exactly what it's about.